When you're ready to start designing, you probably are going to need to expand the size of your artboard. So by pressing Command and minus, I can zoom out. And then over here on the left hand side, there is an artboard tool. If I just click on that, I can expand the size of my artboard just slightly so I can fit any external shapes onto my clock face. Once you've done that, click on the cursor and Command and 0 will bring you back to the full page. So I'm just going to move my text to the top of the page and show you a few tricks to change the outline of your clock face. So there are a number of tools over here. This one is called the width tool. When you hold your cursor over it, it will say the width tool, and there are some other options within that tool. So I'm holding down my cursor and I'm going to go to the twirl tool. You drag the cursor onto your outline shape and just click with your mouse. One click, if you just hold it down, will create some curves for you. This is a great shape if you're doing Art Nouveau. However, you don't want to hold the cursor down for too long because it will create a really thin pattern that is more likely to break on the laser. So you want something really simple, so just one short click and you can create all kinds of shapes with that tool there. If I press Command and Z, that will just delete those for me. I'll undo. Go back to the width tool and I'll try a different one. Maybe I could try the crystallize tool, and again bring it out onto the outline of your shape and hold the cursor down. And it should create a crystallized edge for you. This one is not really a fantastic tool. Sometimes it decides it's going to work and other times it doesn't. There are a number of other tools in here. The bloat tool, wrinkle tool, the warp tool will just create you something really simple, and you can drag out the shape that you want. So you can create a clock that has no straight edges. Okay, again, another good one for Art Nouveau. Notice that none of the shapes that I'm changing are below this blue line. This blue line here is the etch line for where I'm going to bend my clock over to attach it to my base. So none of your shapes need to change at the bottom of there. It needs to stay nice and square with the two holes in for the screws. So I'm just going to undo that shape again and show you a few more tricks. Now if you're doing Art Deco, you might want to join a couple of shapes together. So if I use the shape tool, I'm going to go down to the rounded rectangle and I'm just going to draw a couple of rectangles. Now I don't want them filled in with any colour, so I'll just change that. And then I want them all to be the same size, so I'm going to copy and paste the one that I've got and make sure I can see the outline. Okay, now if I want to move one on top of the other, the green lines that appear will show me where they directly intersect. So if I want to line them all up equally, I might line them up there with a corner and make sure the green lines intersect on both edges of the rectangle. So I'm just going to drop that there. I'm going to copy and paste that again, and I'm going to do exactly the same over here. So I want those green lines to match up. There we go, and I know that they are now equally spaced. So I want to join that together to make one shape. So I'm going to select all three shapes and I'm going to go to Window and Pathfinder, and I get a little toolbar up here. Now there are a couple of tools on here that you can try out. The Unite tool and the minus front tool are the two ones that I mainly stick to. So if I press Unite, it will make that one shape, which is a great Art Deco shape. I can do anything I want with that. I can make it smaller in proportion by holding Shift down. I can turn it to an angle, and I can also copy and paste it. And if I really wanted to go with the Art Deco theme, I can press right click on it and reflect it over, so I get perfect symmetry. So now if I wanted to put those into my clock face and create some kind of shape with that, I'm going to line them up and drag that there. Then I'm going to select the outline of my clock, both shapes, and now I'm going to use the minus tool, and that's going to create me a really good looking Art Deco outline for my clock face. So what I might want to do is create something that I can put up here, and if I copy and paste, hold shift down and make it a tiny bit smaller, I can work out some layers that maybe I can stick on in a different colour. So if I make those a bit smaller, that might be something that I can put onto a different colour. So I'll just grab both of those and throw them over there and make sure that they're cut out in